After Effects is the best software for making high quality videos and animations that can make you hundreds of dollars, but it can seem confusing and complicated at first. But don't worry, you are in the right place. I will teach you everything you need to know about After Effects so you can land your first high paying client and start making money. And if you don't have After Effects, don't worry, you can download it from the link in the description. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So this is how After Effects looks like for the first time you open it. As you can see, there are a bunch of different panels here. This is your project panel. Here you can import your footage. Here's your timeline, and here are other ones. For example, this effects and presets, or the align one, and a bunch of others. The first thing that you have to do is to create a new composition. So come here, and here you can adjust everything: the width, the height, frame rate, the duration. I'm just going to leave it here and name this main. Click OK, and then you have an empty composition. Now the next step is to import the footage. So get your folder named footage and select everything and drag it here. Awesome. And then start organizing it. For example, I'm going to name that one for footage and select these clips and drag it here, and then drag the clips that you want to use here to the timeline. And yeah, that's it. You can adjust how long you want the clip to be, and you can also make cuts with Ctrl+Shift+D, and you can delete this part, for example. And then, for example, if you have a logo here, and to remove this white thing here, it's very easy. Just have to search for the effect called color key and double click on it, select the white, bump up the tolerance a bit. So now it's gone. And then you can also adjust the properties of these clips. If you come here to transform, you can adjust everything here. So yeah, and if you, for example, only want to use the position, you can press P, or scale for S, A for anchor point, T for opacity, everything here. You can keyframe, for example, the position. So we want this to start from here, few keyframes ahead, and then align it to the middle. And yeah, that's it. Now you have a basic animation. And I also make sure to press some motion blur, as you can see. And I also like to easy use them. This is just going to make it smoother. That's separate dimensions. Then easy it again. And then you can also adjust the graph. So for example, if you want it to be faster at the end, you can do a graph like this, and then it's faster at the end, and it like smoothly stops. And then you can also apply effects to these clips. So for example, we could add a drop shadow to this one, drag it here, press it like 75, 20 and 30. So now you have like a drop shadow to it. Or we could also add a turbulent displace. Five and 10. This is really subtle. You can create interesting things with this one. You can also keyframe the evolution. First like 3. Like this, and press U to come up with the keyframes. And yeah, like this. Or for the background, we could add, for example, an optics compensation. Yeah, like this. And then also reverse lens distortion. Or a mirror effect. Or for example, a vignette. Make sure that's in the middle, and you can play around with the amount. And then, for example, if you have an icon here that has this text here, as you can see, and if you don't want to see that, you can just mask that out. So come here to this tool, and then create a mask and press on subtract. And for example, you could also make this white, And then let's also add text to it. So type here I kinda know After Effects now, put it here, and then what I'm going to do is to press U for the keyframes and delete them, and then we can do something like pre-composing them, and then we can add a position so it applies to both of them right now. Come here, and then yeah, and then also add motion blur, and we can also ease them like this. Or another way you could do this, for example, is creating a null object and then linking them to the new null object, and you can do anything that you want with them. And then another thing that is useful is, for example, if you have an image that has a person in it, like this one, and decrease the size and everything, and you only want the person from it, not the background, or it also works with other objects, not just persons. So come here and to the roto brush tool, and then roto brush the guy out. And it also works with videos, not just images. And for example, you could also use this puppet pin tool to move the guy. So set some puppet pins, and now you can move his head, for example, and also his neck. And yeah, and then if you are happy with everything, then come into composition, add the render queue, and then set the settings, make sure that the start and the end are whatever you would like. Then name your composition and then hit on render. So if you enjoy this video, then I'm very happy, and see you in the next video.